Hey everybody, and welcome back to the top 100 of all time. Today we are doing 90 through 81. We're just going to jump right into it. Let's get going.
Number 90.
My number 90, Can't Stop. Can't stop that feeling of rolling 4 dice. It's not fully luck, because you do get options. You can split up the 4 dice into 2 groups of however you like. So you do have those options, and I think that's part of the reason why it rates so high for me. Plus, my daughter really likes it. Playing a game with family really definitely softens the chance of luck with dice. With any chance I can play games with friends or family, it definitely brings it up higher. For Can't Stop is one of those games that get all together. You can play it with, even my 5-year-old can play it with a little bit of help. Not a lot of help, but a little bit of, okay, well, these are your options. Which way would you like to go? See what he kind of does. So, Can't Stop. My number 90. It's really a fun little game. It takes about 20 minutes to play. Pull it out pretty much anytime. That's part of the reason I like it.
Number 89.
All right, my number 89. War game. That takes 20 minutes to play. That's right, you already know it now. Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg is a 2-player game. You basically have 6 different areas you can go to, maybe more, maybe 8. And you're going to decide which areas you want to try and control. You have to battle your friend who's also got military power. Both have military power, and you're using your abilities to sway the winning of that area. And there's a certain point where it triggers that area. Once that area triggers, you gain some points for it, and that area will be closed off, and you won, or maybe your friend did. And there's certain cards that can just play a whole battle in one quick swoop that nobody even saw coming necessarily. So I like the fact that it's short. I also like the fact that it's like a war game that you can play with one friend. I also like the fact it has a little bit of history theme to it. So that all those things together make this game my number 89. Blitzkrieg.
Number 88.
All right, my number 88. My number 88, Bruges, now Hamburg. Now, there's one part of this game I was okay with. I didn't necessarily like it because it really can take you down. I mean, you can definitely lose the game based on the randomness of pulling a card, but they fixed that with Hamburg. Now you can pick which color cards you want. That is like the only big downfall I noticed with this game. The luck was definitely going to make or break you. At least that's how it was when I played the Bruges version. The one time I did. So I liked every other aspect of it, helping with the city, all that sort of things work. And I think now that they fixed it and I've got my own copy of Hamburg, I decided that I'm going to play it and really enjoy it, and fun game. My number 88, Hamburger Bruges. Especially now that they've changed I think had they not changed that, probably be somewhere outside of Milwaukee. Not sure where. Somewhere else. So let's move on to number 87.
Number 87.
Number 87, we're going to talk about his deputy. Or maybe some outlaws. Haven't figured out so far. It's Bang, the dice game. My number 87. And I really enjoy social deduction games. They're probably one of my favorite of genres. Yeah, as a whole, it's probably my favorite. But in this game, you get secret role, possibly have secret friends. You don't know who anybody is, and you're rolling dice, maybe getting a Gatling guns and shooting everybody. You may even kill your friend, which is unfortunate, but you can't really stop when you don't know who's on your team. You are definitely aiming for, if you're an outlaw, the sheriff. Get rid of him. That's perfect for you. Or at least. So, Bang the Dice game. Another quick game up here in the top half of my top 100. I really enjoy the quicker games, but I also enjoy the heavier games. Coming up soon. Maybe sooner than you think. But as we get through this top half, Bang the Dice game was a good one. It's another 30-minute game. It could take longer if you're really bad at rolling. Usually not. My number 87, Bang the Dice game. Get that sheriff.
Number 86.
All right, everybody. We're going on to number 80. Number 86 is a fun game I just learned last year. I'm a little behind the times on some of my games. In fact, I've probably owned this one since it came out, and I finally got to play it last year for the first time, and I'd like to keep playing it, and I probably will. This game, each person has their own area, and everybody's going to have the same type of layout. You have these huts that you're trying to get to, and you're going to have these floors that you're trying to get to the huts. They all have their own colors. It's called Reboot. One person's going to have random tiles. They're going to pick one, and everybody's going to play the same tile. And you would think that with everybody playing the same tile and having the same layout of where everything is, everybody would be basically following the same. Oh, no. After 3 or 4 tiles, things start to go haywire. Everybody's going different ways. And you are going to get gems from certain tiles, and you're going to run up these tiles trying to get to your huts as fast as you can, but not too fast because you still want to collect as many gems as you can. So it's a game of risk and reward. First one to my hut, points. But if I get there first, that person over there could get more gems, which will catapult them past the points that I might get. So it's really kind of a risk-reward type of game where you never quite know what exactly is the best point to stop the risk and get that reward. But it only takes under an hour-long game, I would say. And the fact that you don't know what everybody else is going to do, even though you can, it's not like it's hidden so everybody could see what everybody. You want to go on your own path. Your path is definitely, possibly, going to be quicker than everybody else's. Or you're going to be the slowest and you're going to get crushed. Or you might be the slowest and you lose by 4. I mean, the game is so all over there. Strategy's there for you, which is fun. See what happens at the end, because you don't know who's got the lead until you really count up those coin gems and everything. My number 86, Aruba. Great game. Fun. Quick. Enjoy it. On.
Number 85.
Ah, yes. Let me check your phone. Read your mind. That's my number 85. Medium. Medium's a fun game. It's a group of people sitting around a table and you're working with your neighbors. You're each going to play a card. One of you and one of your neighbors play a card. You'll play with the other neighbor after that. You'll both play a card. And you're going to think of a word that those 2 cards would go with. Got red and blue. Okay. Let's see. Red and blue would go with flag. So there's three colors of red and blue. We'll go flag to make this. And each of you has to say the same word that makes you that those 2 words make you think of. So you each have to say a flag. If you don't get it right, then your 2 words that you say that are different now are the new words that you have to figure out a word that will make those 2 words. But you can't use any of the old words. You can't use red. Can't say red. You can't say blue. You can't say flag. You can't say whatever the other person said. So the new word, that's flag and whatever word they said, together, or colors. One person colors. I don't know what you're at. You're gonna try and figure out one word, and you get like 3 tries. Each time you get less points. You want to get it on the first try. You can get it on any of the other tries. You go around the table. You go around the table until somebody's got a set amount of victory points, or you go around a certain amount of times. I forget which way. And this is a fun game that everybody at the table will have a laugh just watching you fail miserably at. And you hope that one of these days you get a word right with your partner so you can actually score some points. Or you'll be the one at the end with no points. Quickly possible. I have done it once or twice in my time. But the fun thing is, it's just a guessing game. You're playing with your friends, and you're having a good laugh about it. Why would you think of that word for that? It's crazy. That's my number 85, medium.
Number 84.
My number 84 is Mr. President, the American president. Now, I mention this because I'll mention this now. I've only actually played 1 year, and we didn't actually win the game or lose the game yet. But I want to play this. I want to get this back and finish the game and see what happens. So much that I'm gonna rate this as one in my top 100. And I don't normally do that. I'll tell you that right now. In fact, this is probably the only time I've not finished the game. I need to play it again so much that I've wanted in the top. The American President is a GMT game, and you can play with a friend, which makes it even more fun having a vice president, which is what I'm doing. Played 1 year, and the next few years should speed up. We technically would have won if it wasn't year 1, because we were doing so well. We're so proud of us that we could just handle everybody else. We were victory. We were best American president and vice, the best duo. We'll see how that turns out after year 2. Looks like things got a little nasty when we did the reset phase after year 1, so we'll see if we can hold on to that. But this game is, you're taking over every aspect of being the president. You're dealing with stuff from Congress. You're dealing with wars across the seas. You're dealing with domestic wars. You're dealing with everything that a president typically has to do with. You have bills you want passed. You have other bills that you don't necessarily care about as much as some bills. So I mean, it's really fun, and it's a really long game. Year 1 took us about 7 hours. Granted, we had to, figure it out, go through each step very slowly. We're assuming that the other steps, when we do finish it, because we plan on finishing it this year, we're going to go through each of the steps and just see what we can do. Just fun to stay president, and this game does that really well. You feel like you're stepping into the shoes of the president and seeing what you can do. And maybe it's not accurate. Maybe I wouldn't be the best. Yeah, I would. You can vote for me anytime. Feel free to write me in. My number 84, Mr. President.
Number 83.
All right. My number 83 is Endangered. I like Dave Extinction. I also like to play games with my daughter, who seemingly enjoys it quite a bit more than I do, but I would love to play the game more with my kids. My daughter is my oldest, which is why I play most of my games with her right now. At least ones that she can handle at her age. I will play more with my sons when they get older. But enough about that. This game was fun to the point of your co-op trying to help populate an endangered species. You're trying to get them to get together, make more babies, and get out of the extinction camp. And one thing that the game does really well is area control. You're trying to get the animals together. And area control games are always fun. And when you can get them together and making more, and you're taking care of the money problems that you do all this, and in the end, the world's tigers from going extinct. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty fun. And they got expansions for it now that are a bunch of different animals. You can go on, and if tigers aren't your thing, you still have to get the tigers because you have to have the base game. You could get any other animals. Well, pandas. I'm not sure all these. There's a few. Have a really good time playing with your friends. One of the main things I like about games. My number 83 is Endangered.
Number 82.
All right. My next game here, number 82, is Flamecraft. Is fun. It's very kid friendly with the look of it, and it's pretty cool. I like that kind of look sometimes. You take your dragons, you move them around town. You're trying to create different, I don't know if I want to call them potions, but I'm calling them potions right now. You take different potions and you mix them. You make it with like different ingredients, anything from meat and gems. Yeah, I don't think it's potion. I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, it's a great game where you fly your dragons around town, going to get ingredients. You make certain items, then you get points for making items, or you can get cards which give you a special power. Get more points off of certain cards. You're trying to get the most points out of the game, and once every place is filled up and everything is when the end game triggers, you count up all the points you made from your potions and your secret hidden cards. And the thing is, this is a simpler game, which for me, something I like to do every now and then, get something simple to the table, play with the family, and then something that's also still makes my mind go, what kind of strategy is this game in? What kind of strategy can I get more points than I do to make my dragons work? And you're just trying different things. At the end of the day, you have a good time with it because of the theme. I mean, who doesn't like dragons? They're cute little dragons. Let's be honest. You could even paint them if you're a good painter. Paint them, make them look nice and cool. Fly around and eat things on the way. Oh, I'm going to go over to the meat market, get the meat, and they carry it in there. You can do a whole bunch. Just leave it at that. The simplicity of this game, that I can play it with my family. It still is great with my gamer friends who are ready to play a little heavier game. Not like it's a super heavy game. Right there in that sweet spot where it hits everybody. And that's the kind of games I really enjoy. Yeah, so that's my number 82, Flamecraft.
Number 81.
All right, and my final game for today, number 81. We'll just get right into it. Marvel Legendary, the deck building game. This game was one of the first games I probably played a long time ago. And I like the fact that you can play it cooperatively, semi-cooperatively, or I think you can even just play not. No, I don't think you can. You're taking Marvel heroes and you're trying to defeat certain bad guys. You can go through a ton of different bad guys. There was so many expansions for the game. There's so many options for who you can be, who you can fight, and who you can try and just like go through and finish off the game with. And the fact that you can play it where you're working together and whoever gets the most points wins, or you're just working together trying to win it. It's really cool because then it hits more friends. Like, I don't want to be on your team necessarily. Okay, well, we can play it this way. Oh, I want to just play team games. I got family who likes a lot of team games. Well, we can play it this way then. Got the options, and the theme is there. I really like Marvel. This has got a lot of the cool Marvel characters. I mean, it's got all the Marvel characters, I think, pretty much. Maybe they're missing a few, but if they are, with all the expansions, honestly, there's a lot in this game. It's a really fun game. You can do it in under an hour, and you're trying to save civilians. You're trying to beat the bad guy. You can't forget about saving civilians because if they start to get hurt or something, you can lose again. There's a lot of ways to lose. Only one or two ways to lose. But you just do your best. Save everybody you can. Save the world. You, Marvel superhero. And that's your goal. Save. Then you realize you can't do it. But you try. So Marvel, the deck building game. I like this one more. DC has one. That theme, I like some DC stuff, but I don't like enough of it that it would suit me to go and get the whole. I'm not even sure if it plays the same because I haven't played that one. So that's my final one for the day. Marvel Legendary. Hope you enjoyed this 10 here, 81 through 90. Were you surprised? Were you surprised that you saw a lot of light games? All of a sudden, like, President was super heavy popped in there. Have you played all of these? Are there some that you'd like to play? Give me some feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And I always try to get back to everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm not going to do that every ridiculous. I think it's silly, but I do hope that people do share and subscribe. Say it once. And I hope we'll see you on the next one. We got coming up, we have 80 through 71. Have some more Blood on the Clocktower games I plan to put onto the channel. Another one next week. And I'm thinking about starting to review. So if you can think of a game you'd like to see reviewed, give me a comment on that. What game you haven't seen reviewed, or what one you'd like to hear my take on. And I'll try to do a how-to on it a little bit and go that way with it. So, until we see you the next time, enjoy everything you're doing. Games. Bye now.